Hello friends, hello neighbors, how are you? JT back again with part 2 of the latest addition to my collection here, the PX4 Storm in 9mm. And pardon me, but I am taking on new challenges here, and this is the first time that I am using the Hero 7, which I know is ancient by technology terms. I've had it literally in a box for 5-6 years and never used it. And I said, you know what? Let's see what happens. So I got this chest rig here. My hands are free. I'm going to have first person footage of shooting this gun. I have no idea how this is going to go. I don't know how to edit this. I don't know how to upload this. I'm just going to figure it out. But anyway, let's get into it. So if you tuned into my last video, part 1 of the PX Storm, you will notice that I basically did an unboxing of it. And long story short, I bought this gun because I used it when I was in the police department about 20 years ago. It was a 45 cal, and I shot so well with it that I became enamored with it. Now let's take this off. This is just proof that I've never shot this gun before. I became enamored with it, and the department upgraded, or should I say, I want to say the word downgraded, to a Glock. And I missed that gun very much because it was a great shooting gun. It was a 45 caliber. And man, I said to myself, if I ever come across the scenario where I can buy one, I'm going to. And if you know, this is the Langdon Tactical Edition, and the way it differentiates between the original is that it has a G decocker, where you notice here it's not a safety, it's just a decocker only. The trigger is allegedly a lot smoother. As you can see, it's got a pretty long reset, a little bit of mush, but a very crisp break. It's got this gray Tenefer finish. I don't know what it is. I don't know what kind of finish it is, but this is an Italian-made Beretta double single action. So the first one is going to be a long, smooth pull. Second one after that is going to be single action. And then everything thereafter is going to fire into single action until you go into lockback. And then when you release the slide forward, you decock and you're back into single action. And that's the way these guns were. The reason why we originally went from the Beretta 92. That was my first handgun when I came onto the police department in New York. And they wanted to go to 45. Why? Because basically the 9mm people wasn't knocking people down as quickly as they wanted. So they went to 45. That was the theory anyway. And so they went to 45. And as of this moment, I think they're still using 45 caliber in Rochester. They are using the Glock 21. And I'm getting killed by gnats here, or some kind of chiggers or something. So what I'm going to do now is shoot this gun, see exactly what it's all about. Again, I have never shot this gun before. Hi, Leo. And I'm going to see my 15-year-old's walking behind me. See exactly what this is all about. Allegedly, this is kind of like a cult thing where either you love it or you hate it. I missed this gun very much because, again, I was shooting very well with it. It's pretty smooth action. That spring is very heavy. I can tell you right now, that's at least 14, 15 pounds. But let's see what happens. So I have here 3 mags loaded. Let's go to the range and see what this is all about. Again, this is my first shot. I don't even know if this is going to come out well. I'm doing this on a whim here. Oh, yeah, my mule is out of commission. Had to put a new tie rod in it. And you know what? I don't have hearing. So since I don't know how to pause this, you're going to take a walk with me into the garage so I can get some hearing protection. Oh my goodness. Wow. That's okay. It's a quick little walk. No worries. No worries. This is all about live, unedited footage. Now you're in my garage. How about that? Oh my goodness. And I'm going to have to use my wife's hearing protection because mine is missing, as always. That's so cool. All right, here we go. Hearing protection in. And we're going to go back out to the range. I got to take my headphones off. But I really appreciate you guys having the patience with me, dealing with me. Dealing with this. I've never used this GoPro before. I'm challenged when it comes to technology. So let's see what happens. Let's load this up and let's see what happens. Well, you know what? Decock. Let's take this into double action mode. All right, so we're about 20 yards. Let's keep this in single and double action mode and see what happens. Let's see if this works. I have no idea if this is picking this up or not. That was low. Here we go. It's shooting a little low. Or I'm shooting low. But let me tell you, I get it. Huh. It shoots soft. I gotta lift up these sights a little high. Wow, I'm taking these things into the dirt. Let's slow down here. Where are these shots going? Okay, I'm out. Recording? All right, well, growing pains here, technical difficulties. I had this GoPro set on, unbeknownst to me, 6 minutes. So after 6 minutes, it just cut out. And I'm still doing the video. And I'm like, I replay the video. I'm like, hey, what the hell happened to half my video? So I'm going to redo it. So where was I? Okay, so I was in the middle of shooting the PX4 Storm. And I was trying to get in the hang of it. I wasn't doing that great with it. Again, I haven't shot in a while. I don't know if it's me, if it's the gun. You know, the gun is shooting straight, but for some reason I wasn't meshing with the gun. So what I've done is I've loaded up the mags. I've set up the my targets again. I repainted everything, so it's now a little brighter. And I'm gonna try again to make this happen. Another thing that I've done is I brought here my H&K VP9 just to compare. I know we're comparing a double single and a double action striker fired versus hammer fired. I know it's different. I understand that. But the reason I'm comparing this to this, and my son's shooting out there, the reason I'm comparing this to this is because you're more likely to carry something like this than this. This is a cult classic, this PX4 Storm. And for the most part, you're really not going to be carrying something like this. This is either going to be considered an old-timer gun, a classic gun, or just, yeah, a cult classic. So basically, I'm comparing it to this gun because most people out there probably watching this video have a striker-fired double-action gun, whereas very few people probably have this. What's the difference? Just getting a hold of it. I mean, the actual way of holding it, it's pretty much, it's almost the same. I mean, the H&K has a better webbing back here and has a good undercut. There's hardly any undercut here. This has a much more pronounced undercut. It fits my hand a little better. You've got some area here where my palm is meeting the gun. As far as the PX4 Storm, yes, there is some area here, but it's very slippery here. And Beretta did include these Talon grips here just for that. But you know what? I'm going to say this to Beretta. And yeah, of course they're going to be listening. Yeah, right. Why wouldn't they be listening to my channel with 600 members? Just redo the gun. Do the PX4 Storm 2 or just redo it. I mean, it needs an update. What I would do is, you know, I would definitely redo the gun as far as some stippling in there. I would try to put it on a diet. you know, flatten this up a little bit. Just make it less chunky. Because it's a chunker of a gun, man. But anyway, also, I'm not crazy about these sights. All it is a blacked out thing back there and a thing in the middle. I don't know. Versus the H&K, where it has those really pronounced, ridged, bigger sights. I kind of like these sights better. And again, I know I'm not doing an apple. This is apples to oranges here. But let's try again with the Beretta and see if I do any better. Right now we're at about 25 yards. Let's see how we do. And we're going to take this into double action. Remember, it's double single. Here we go. Look at that. First one, I yanked it and it went right into the dirt. I'm shooting a little bit low left, as you can see. Yeah, I am shooting a little bit low left. So follow-up shots are really nice. Follow-up shots are really nice with this because that single action is doing very well. Let's try this again. Let's do the single action. Let's be more conscious of how we pull this trigger. Okay, see, I'm still pulling it low left. That's me. Let's push a little bit with our left hand. All right, now I'm getting a little bit more centered. So that's all me. And I did not get locked back. Oh, there was still one in there. Interesting. Interesting. All right. So I am shooting blazer brass and also some what do you call it? Some steel casings here. So I'm gonna do one more mag here. Ooh, hello. Let's do again. Double action. See how this works. Slow, easy pull. Alrighty. Wow. Something's going on. I don't think it likes that. I don't think it likes that steel casing stuff. Let's try these targets. Oh, I missed that one. Out. Yeah, I'm not as proficient with this. Now let's try the VP9 and see if I do any better with this thing. These, again, I'm doing a mixture of steel casings and brass. I'm just a lot faster. Look at that. Boom.